In this week's Bleach, Hoshwealth is almighty.
Listen here, you beautiful bitch. I'm about to fuck you up with some truth.
Bleach chapter 661, My Last Words, picks up with Hoshwealth emerging from the shadows as Ishida tells Ichigo to make a break for the Sun Gate.
Just get out of here, you stupid, dumb animal!
He begs him to hurry, but Hoshwealth says it's too late as he's already destroyed the Sun Gate to the real world. He wants to get this over with before Bach wakes up, prompting Ichigo to suggest they fight him.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hand.
But Ishida says that right now Bach doesn't have his omnipresent powers and it's the perfect time to beat him. Ichigo's concerned that he's staying, but Ishida tells him to get going quickly.
Fly, you fools!
It's okay, because he won't let such mundane words be his last. And then they each share a smile.
Why don't swing that way?
Huh. Could have sworn you were a faggot.
They take off, but Ishida wonders why Hoshwealth isn't going after them. He's seen everything. They will perish.
Yeah, you thought I was joking, didn't you? Thought I was making it all up to be funny, huh?
Ishida believes fate is capable of changing. Hoshwealth is caught off guard as Ishida now stands as someone who believes there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
I am nearly at a loss for words.
The look of shock on Hoshwealth's face is all Ishida needs to have a glimmer of hope. It appears he hasn't fully grasped the power of omnipotence.
I'm going to kill you.
What?
Each of them pulls out their weapon and the clash begins.
No touching of the hair or face.
Of course.
Now let's do this!
Cut to Ichigo, Chad, and Orihime running up the steps, but Ichigo sees Orihime is crying. She says she's fine and is just happy to know Ishida is the friend they always knew.
Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying?
Suddenly, giant statues appear and attack the group.
Huh? Who the fuck are you?
Ichigo is too busy trying to figure out what the hell these things are that he doesn't notice an attack behind him. Luckily, Chad becomes useful and blocks for him.
I did good.
A group attack takes out a portion of the castle, but Chad is actually okay.
Oh my god! They killed... Oh, never mind.
Ichigo takes his advice and goes ahead without him. Chad then turns his attention to the giants and wants to know who wants to play first.
Hey, wanna play?
Then Ganju pops out of a sandhole, explaining that he got lost following them. Now he's totally ready to beat these statues, but is disappointed by Chad's lack of enthusiasm.
This is bad comedy.
Chad tells Ganju they've got one job, to clear these statues out of the way for when Ichigo returns.
It's time to take out the trash.
Decent chapter this week. Looks like Ishida will be fighting Hoshwealth solo, which is still interesting seeing as they both have the power of A. Still waiting on what Ishida stands for, but gotta find that out at some point. He sent Ichigo to try and kill Bach while he's asleep, which you know will backfire. Even without the Almighty, I'm pretty sure he still has the powers of the Soul King, which could prove to be just a little bit too much for Ichigo. And am I the only one who saw death flags for Ishida after he said those wouldn't be his last words to Ichigo? I thought he'd be okay if the Sun Gate to the real world was open, leaving an opportunity for Ryukin to come help, but that was shot down after Hoshwealth fucking destroyed the gate.
Ain't I a fucking stinker, motherfucker?
Ain't you a goddamn fucking piece of shit?
And check out Chad in this chapter, actually being useful for the first time in like forever, at least since the Hueco Mundo arc. Hopefully he's got some enhanced version of his full brain to use on these weird statues that really only feel like they're there to give him something to fight. You can probably count the amount of meaningful fights Chad's had on one hand, so with this being the final arc, I'd like to see him kick ass that is significant. Oh yeah, and Ganju showed up, because he's more useful in a fight than Nell, who also has mysteriously disappeared from existence. But she would outshine Chad in a fight, so maybe it's for the best that Ganju's there.
God fucking damn it. Do I deserve that?
So I'll give this chapter a 7.5 out of 10. Stage is set for Hoshwealth versus Ishida. Ichigo is going to try to kill Bach in his sleep, and Chad might have a meaningful fight ahead. For my question of the week, do you think there's still a possibility Ryukin and Ishin can make it from the real world to Warwelt to join the fight? Favorite comments always featured in the next review. Here are last week's winners. That does it for me. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. I'll be back next week with Chad versus the statues. Peace.